Now, I want to transition to the second point, which is around that resistance again.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think if you look at your relationship with your ex right now, you're still getting a lot of resistance from that suspicion. But I think even if you look at the new relationship, you're getting a resistance in terms of dealing with life's issues, life's problems, your differences, etc. Tell me about how the resistance from both sides are coming to you right now, like how they differ, the different kinds of resistance, etc.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I also think that it's easy to assume with a new relationship, there's no resistance because there's no damage that you have to overcome first. And that's not the case at all. It just comes in different forms.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of the resistance that I'm dealing with my ex, and I have dealt with my ex, has to stem from, the paradox of change and recognizing that I'm a different person now, but not really believing it, not wanting to open up, not feeling safe to do so. That's a huge one, is the emotional safety totally gone. And it had to be gone because to get to a point where like she was even afraid to tell me she wanted a divorce, I actually discovered it accidentally online. So I originally was very mad about it, but then I look back now and I say, how screwed up was our emotional safety that she couldn't even tell me what she wanted or what she needed or that she wanted out. I had to find that out by accident. So that, I think the resistance comes from trying to reconcile my old self with my new self and having a struggle with that and not feeling safe, never feeling safe opening up to old self and not trusting that new self is a different person who can make her feel safe. The new resistance comes in I think it's just life stuff that you said, like stuff that as we're learning more about each other and as we're kind of merging our lives together, the normal entropy that happens as a result of doing those things. The difference there is that I'm leaning in immediately. Like I have the confidence to not just let these things fester. Like my old self and my old relationship would do that, where it's almost like, the concept of Schrodinger's cat, where the cat in the box is both alive and dead until you open the box. So that was kind of my philosophy, where I was like, well, nothing's wrong if I don't pry. If I don't look in the box, then nothing could be wrong. But you don't realize the cat's already dead in the box. It's just you're choosing not to open the box and look at it, So now I'm just ready to peel open the box. Like, let's go. Let's talk about it. If I detect any kind of microtone, expression, weird wording, weird vibe, I'm like, I really feel like, the XYZ here, I might be wrong, but can you tell me more about that? And
I love that.
Immediately diffuses anything. And we have a really great discussion. And not only do we have a great discussion, but we end up closer than we were when we first started. And as we started to open up to each other in that way and really meet resistance with coming from a place of understanding and wanting to understand, our communication level was off the charts beyond anything I could have possibly imagined out of a relationship. It was really beautiful the way we talk. I love it.
Yeah. And I want to go back to what you said earlier, which is like, you cannot really escape this work. And I think you're starting to understand because you see how the same principles, internal principles and external principles, apply to fix your existing relationship or previous relationship and to grow your current relationship as well. Because if you think about it, right, whether you choose a new partner or not, you're going to deal with resistance of many forms, entropy of many forms, issues of many forms, differences of many forms. And if you, let's say, play victim, if you are tethered, meaning that every time your partner is in a bad mood, you get in a bad mood too, because you're tethered. You're not bulletproof, where you take all this resistance and eventually all that resistance, all that issues starts to weigh on you. You start to get weighed down with it. You're not thriving despite it. Like that is exactly why your previous relationship broke down in the first place. Why your partner never felt safe, why you didn't create safety, why the resentment built for the both of you, why it's just death by 1,000 cuts. Because the death by 1,000 cuts happens when problems happen. You sometimes may not say things in the best way possible. When you don't say things in the best way possible because you're tired, you're insecure, whatever it is, and it's accidentally, it's a Freudian slip. you destroy safety. When you destroy safety, then you prevent people from expressing. When you prevent people from expressing, including yourself, more misunderstandings happen, more issues happen. When more issues happen, you say more wrong things, and this goes on.
Yes.
Right?
It's just a spiral. Yeah.
It's a spiral. And the spiral happens again because of the same victim mindset, the same tetheredness, the same lack of bulletproof vest, the same lack of ability to lead the conversation. So if you, let's say, use finding a new partner to escape the work, what is to say that the same problems are not going to happen again, and you are going to use the same victim mindset, the same tetheredness, the same issues that led to the first breakdown to break down the second two? I mean, if you put it like that, it's just like freaking obvious. Like, you cannot escape this work. And if you escape this work, all you're doing is just you're building a relationship, you're crushing it back down, building another one, crushing it back down. That's like saying, like, I'm going to start a business, get all the funding I need, go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Another business, get all the funding I need, go bankrupt again. That makes no sense. That's not how
Sadly, there are entrepreneurs who do that, though.
They are. And it's like, I don't know. Like, for me,
how do you keep getting money? What's
And it's like, how do you live with yourself? Like, how do you live with yourself knowing that, like, you're always going to be destroying yourself, someone, a relationship, an institution of marriage, and knowing that, like, your life is just never going to be as good as when the day you met. Like, it's just,
like, that's the pinnacle, and it's all downhill.
It's just downhill from there. It's such a sad future.
It is. And I can say with 100% confidence that if I was not willing to do the work on myself, and not only that, but continue to do the work, because there is no end point, I would not be with my new partner. She wouldn't want me. She operates at such a high level, and she does her own self work too, where she wouldn't put up with me. She would not just me, but anyone who was not willing to do work on themselves and continue to iterate and continue to do that work and always strive to be better and better, and recognizing that there is no endpoint to that. So, if you are looking for a relationship that is highly fulfilling with someone who you can keep each other's cups full all the time, you need to be able to work on yourself and continue that work. Otherwise, you're not going to find the person who is really going to make you feel the most fulfilled, and vice versa.